stock to flow. Plan B says Bitcoin will jump an order of magnitude in the 18 months after the halving, as it always did, based on stock to flow. Although he himself said the stock to flow was invalidated last cycle. But now he has turned back and said, no, we're still going back to stock to flow. So I don't know. I mean, he himself has said stock to flow is broken. At some point, he said stock to flow was going to be invalidated because it's just this power of 10 is just not going to be, you know, you can't go with it all the time. Because if we are back on track, it would mean that Bitcoin would hit $1 million by the end of the cycle. I just don't see that. I don't see Bitcoin going to $1 million by the end of the cycle. But I think we'll go a lot higher than here. But if we do go to $1 million, I would love that. I don't think anyone would complain about that. But again, no one knows where we're going to go. Are we going to go to 200,000, 250, 300? This one is projecting 400,000. Hey, if we can hit 400,000 by July timeframe, who knows? Maybe we will hit $1 million by November or December this year. It just really depends on how crazy the FOMO is. Right now, you know, these ETFs are buying, you know, billions per week. Sometime in 2025, if they're buying billions per day and we're seeing tens of billions per week, you know, the FOMO really escalates, hey, at that point, things could really be flying, because at that point, even the OTC market will be saturated, dried up, I should say. And where's the Bitcoin going to come from? Directly from spot market. If the OTC market dries up and these ETFs have to buy from somewhere, guess where? They're going to buy straight off of Coinbase. I mean, I don't even know what's going to happen. I've speculated this for a long time, since the beginning, and it hasn't happened yet, but it will happen. One day, these ETFs are going to be taking so much money that they have to buy so much Bitcoin afterwards, after the market closes, and they go to these exchanges, and exchanges are like, I don't have enough to sell you in OTC market. So what are they going to do then? Like, they have to get the Bitcoin somewhere. If the miners don't have any to sell and the exchanges don't have any to sell, what are they going to do? Like, I legitimately want to know what happens then. We have seen in prior cycles when the exchanges run out of Bitcoin. Some of you guys may have been around in 2017. I have been around when Coinbase actually ran out of Bitcoin. And when they did that, they raised their price of Bitcoin by thousands higher than Binance and everyone else. I remember there was a point where I forgot at what level, but Coinbase's Bitcoin was like 5,000 more than everyone else's, because there was a point in time where they literally ran out of Bitcoin because of FOMO, and they jacked up the price just so people would stop buying. So I have seen that before, and I'm just wondering what would happen next year if the ETFs taken so much money that exchanges can't even sell it to them on the OTC market. That would be insane. Mustache is trying to remind us that we have broken out of this giant cup and handle 3.5 years in the making, and I've shown you guys this too. We have broken out the handle part. We haven't seen that giant pump yet, right, from that handle. But once we do, it's going to look like this, and, you know, the next leg up is going to be tremendous. We haven't seen it yet. We're waiting for it. Could be 80, 90, 100, 158,000, who knows? Just a matter of time. I still think we still have a good chance to hit 100,000 by the end of this year. This week, we still have a good chance. to break a new high and go even higher. And then that will lead us into November and then lead us into December. So let's see. And then for those of you guys that are depressed about alts, and I know a lot of you guys are depressed about alts, like what's going on with alts? Why are alts not moving? Why does it seem like it's never going up? Well, Bitcoin dominance is going up. Bitcoin dominance always goes up. This time around, it's going up even more because institutions and companies are buying a boatload of Bitcoin, right? Some are speculating that Bitcoin dominance will come down, and that's when alts will go back up. I don't know if it's going to come back down now. Some are charting Bitcoin dominance. I think alts will get their turn. I don't know if it's going to be soon. It's going to come eventually, but I do think when, again, I said this in yesterday's video, in my Sunday walk video, I do think when retail investors right now are just scared because there's been so many fake outs. Retail investors don't know what to think. I do think once Bitcoin breaks into all-time high, they get reassured that, yeah, we are forming the next leg up. We are moving according to how things have always been. Then retail investors will be more comfortable coming back in, putting their money into alts, and we'll see that kind of those into like mini altcoin seasons as we move forward. But right now, I think a lot of retail investors are just kind of scared, and the money coming in are all from big institutions that are just purely buying Bitcoin right now, right? These big institutions are not going to come in and buy, Pepe. They're not going to do that. They're not going to buy even some of the smaller or even the big chains because they're purely focused on Bitcoin, right? They're not even coming in to buy Ethereum at this point. They're just buying Bitcoin. So that's why Bitcoin dominance has been so strong. But eventually they'll come back. But this cycle is definitely led by the institutions, not led by retail, not like any previous cycle before. So you just have to have patience. Last Friday, we did have some Tether FUD. I don't know, it's been verified. Tether themselves have said, no, we don't have anyone investigating us. But in case you're curious, Tether has been investigated 19 times over the years since the very beginning till now. And I don't know if it's true, but, even last 2023, 2022, 2021, every single year they've been investigated. And somehow they have lived throughout all of that, been fined, but have never really been proven to done anything so bad that they've been shut down. They've just always been fined. And now they're making so much money. I don't see how they can not get out of this, but we'll see. I mean, they're literally printing money at this point. That's how much money they're making.